Coming to get you, Bobber.
Last month it was announced that we were getting a Face Off 2, possible Face Off remake, but we weren't too sure what it was going to be. And then quickly, the director Adam Wingard mentioned that it's definitely a sequel, a direct sequel to the first movie. So it kind of squashed all the remake rumours, because Face Off for me is one of the best action sci-fi thrillers of the late 90s. The reason I'm talking about it today is because Adam Wingard, for one, is directing it. He's a well-known horror director, and I feel like with him taking over and making a direct sequel, he could make a really good horror action thriller, kind of like The Terminator or Robocop or something with a little sci-fi kick, a little horror kick to it as well. Now, there's a website called We Got This Covered. I didn't even click on the link because I know that most of the things that they say aren't great, and they don't have a lot of things to back them up. So I don't really want to quote them because I didn't click on the link. But as soon as I heard the news back in February, I said to myself, it would be good to get John Travolta and Nicolas Cage back. And you're probably thinking, how on earth can we do that? Possibly John Travolta, because his character, Sean Archer, is still alive, but how on earth would you bring Nicolas Cage back? And I had a really good idea back then, and my idea still stands today because I still think it's a really good idea. Now, nobody's mentioned it yet, which is good. I've done a search online for how people think they can bring back Nicolas Cage, and nobody's mentioned this yet, at least I've not read. But going back to We Got This Covered, they said that there's rumours that Nicolas Cage is coming back. Now again, I didn't click on the link, so I don't know what they mean by that and what context or where they're quoting it from, so I don't know. But I still have the theory that we could still bring back both characters. Now, we can bring back Sean Archer because he's still alive, which is fine. That's not hard to do. But Nicolas Cage, his character, Castor Troy, would be a little bit more difficult to bring back because he's dead. Now, Sean Archer and Castor Troy, they swap faces, obviously. If you've watched the movie recently or if you've ever seen it before. John Travolta's character had Castor Troy's face on at the end of the movie, or near the end of the movie, when he was still Nicolas Cage's character. So they still had his face. So what they could have done, because it cuts from when they go back to the surgery to back to the house when we see Sean Archer as John Travolta again and his happy families. So what did they do with the face? My theory would be that they take Castor Troy's face, aka Nicolas Cage's face, and put it in a container and leave it there because they've maybe thought, we're not going to be doing this again because it was a bad idea. But lo and behold, 25 years later or so, they try and reignite the project again because something else happens and they need to do something similar. They'll maybe bring in Sean Archer, John Travolta's character, to come in and maybe liaise with the team, or maybe say, this is a bad idea, don't do it, look what happened to me. But by doing that, they're opening up the vault, they're opening up all the information that they had before, including a Castor Troy face that's still there. And then maybe somebody could break into the centre, I don't know, but take the face and put it on him, or take someone's old face and put Castor Troy's face on it. Now, we know with CGI these days we can make people look young again, so then we would bring in Nicolas Cage, but we would de-age Nicolas Cage to look like he is 33 years old again, 32, 33 years old, and there we have it, we have Castor Troy again. So Castor Troy is dead, but we still have his face and we still have Nicolas Cage. So that is a great way to bring Nicolas Cage back. John Travolta, that speaks for itself because we know that it's easy to bring him back. So that's a great way for me, I would say, to bring both characters back in a direct sequel, because it is quite hard to bring in new characters and like them as much as we did these two characters, because the whole movie, the whole 2 hours worth, even more, was a character-driven film, and what makes Face Off is Sean Archer and Castor Troy. So to have both of those characters in the sequel is a no-brainer. It's easy to bring Sean Archer back, like I said, but it's harder to bring back Castor Troy. But that's my theory and my way of bringing the Castor Troy character back, and it also would make it more of a horror movie this time, and I'm hoping that they do that. I know that Adam Wingard is a really good horror director, so I think he will bring and implement some horror aspects to the sequel. So what are your guys' thoughts on my idea to bring back Castor Troy? Forget Sean Archer because we know that it's easy to bring him back, but what do you think of my idea, and can you think of another way to bring Castor Troy back? Hopefully not back from the dead, but another way. What other way can we do it? As always guys, thanks a lot for watching again, thanks for subscribing, I'll see you soon, bye bye.